Hello everyone, welcome to the class. Today we are going to talk about amphibolic pathway under the chapter respiration in plant. Now what is this term amphibolic means? We have already discussed during the metabolic reactions that metabolism is having two different types, that is catabolism and anabolism. So from the starting of the chapter we are discussing that respiration is a catabolic process. It means that is undergoing the breakdown process to yield the energy. But here we are going to discuss that respiration is a basis for all the type of metabolic reactions. It is having anabolical nature also. So that we will discuss how. The main substrate for respiration and the most favorable one is the glucose that directly enter into the glycolysis. But what about the others? That is, what about proteins, what about fats? They'll undergo the breakdown of intermediates and then they will enter into the respiratory process. Let's see how this is going to happen. We know about the carbohydrates. Carbohydrate will be converted into glucose during the process of digestion. After that, the glucose will enter into the glycolytic pathway. As a result of glycolysis, we will be getting pyruvic acid. Pyruvic acid is converted into acetyl-CoA via that link reaction, and this acetyl-CoA molecule enter into Krebs cycle. Fine. As a result of Krebs cycle, CO2 molecules are produced, and during the oxidation of those reduced coenzymes will be getting water molecule at the end of ATS. Now the fats. Fat getting converted into fatty acids and glycerols during the process of digestion. By beta oxidation, it means the alpha beta bond between the fatty acids is going to get broken down to make the molecule of acetyl-CoA, and after that it will enter into the Krebs cycle. Fine. Then the proteins. If I am talking over here about glycerol. Glycerol is first converted into PGL, phosphoglyceraldehyde, then into acetyl-CoA, and then it will enter into Krebs cycle. About proteins. Proteins undergo the digestion to make amino acids. Amino acids containing amino and acidic group. So from that, by deamination. Deamination is what? Removal of this amino group. By doing that, it is converted into pyruvic acid. Then this pyruvic acid converted into acetyl-CoA, and then it will enter into Krebs cycle. This all is the catabolic pathway. Now we are talking about the anabolic one. From these intermediates, when it is required to synthesize amino acid, when it is required to synthesize the cytochromes or any other molecules, then these intermediates have been taken out from the reactions to synthesize that particular thing. So because of that, we can take examples for that. Acetyl-CoA, when required, is taken from the reaction to make the fatty acids. If it is required to make fatty acid, some steroids and some carotenoids. Okay, it means by using acetyl-CoA, we can make fatty acids, we can make steroids, we can make carotenoids. So making is going on, that is anabolism. In the same manner, alpha ketoglutarate is an organic acid, so that can use to make a glutamate. Glutamate is amino acid. So from the alpha ketoglutarate, glutarate is formed. This is by adding the amino group. Amylation is done over here. So this is also anabolism. Another one, oxaloacetic acid, oxaloacetate. we have read. So that will help in making, this is first, oxaloacetic acid will help in making another amino acid, that is aspartate. Aspartate. This is also by adding the amino group. Amination is done over here. Okay. Then we have succinyl CoA. This is also used to make cytochrome. Also used to make chlorophyll. And the first which we have discussed is the acetyl CoA. One more was there. Acetyl CoA is used to make fatty acids, steroids, fine, and carotenoids. So this is the process where we are making something, anabolic part. So that's why respiration is amphibolic in nature.